Guys, Michael Everett here, True Trading Group. January 9th, PTIE, crazy runner. Stock ran well over 100% during the course of the day on the back of a nice little short squeeze. And the stock was halted a couple of times. And what I want to talk about with this video is how to identify strength in a stock that comes off of a trading halt. It's a tricky little scenario when you have these stocks that get halted, that do have these volatility halts and these circuit breaker halts. But there's one little trick that I like to use to identify strength on those halts, and I'm going to get into it right now with this PTIE and talk about a 15% gain on a trade that I made in that PTIE, and we'll get right to it. The first halt of the day, guys, in that PTIE was right here just after 10 o'clock, around 10:15, after the stock spiked off of this VWAP. You can see how the stock just held above this VWAP beautifully all morning long on really heavy volume, and then it just popped, ran, broke through the high of the day, and was immediately halted right there at $8. Okay, stock resumed trading and just pushed. Didn't give you a single pullback. I missed this entire move. I did not get a fill once the stock resumed trading, and it just really just started to run from $8 all the way up to $12. Was halted briefly for a moment right in here. You can see this little blip here on the screen where my cursor on my mouse is. Stock ran up, put in a high of 12.23, and then gave you this pull-in. And then here is the halt that I want to talk about. The stock was halted right here. Okay, when you have a strong stock, obviously PTIE was strong. The stock was exploding. Volume was heavy. And it pulls in and it gets halted on the way down. Okay, you can see the stock was halted right here where my cursor is, where this square that I draw out on this on my screen was halted on the way down. When that stock resumes trading, look to see if it does not give you a flush down and then very quickly pops back above the halt price. So this stock was halted at $10.21. Okay, when it resumed trading, you can see the stock very briefly put in a low of 977. I'll draw a line right across it. Okay, could not go lower, and then very quickly shot back up above that halt price. That is an early clue, an early indication the stock may continue higher. Why? When a stock is halted on the way down, as selling pressure is causing that volatility and causing that circuit breaker to trigger and the stock gets halted, you have a lot of sell orders that are stuck. When the stock resumes trading, those sell orders need to execute. So the stock opens up, okay, very close to the price that it was just halted at. So in this case, 10.21. And it does not give you a flush down. And the stock just opens up, kind of sits there, and then pops back above that halt price. Chances are you're going to get another move higher, because those sell orders that are triggering and that are executing once the stock resumes trade is not forcing the stock lower. So I'll say it again. If a strong stock is halted on the way down, that means you're going to have a lot of sell orders that are stuck in the halt that did not execute. When trading resumes and all those sell orders go to trigger and they go to execute, if that does not push the stock lower, and then after maybe just kind of sits there and then pops back above the halt price, so in this case 10.21, it was halted right here, the stock reopened for trade, touched 977, and then shot all the way back up to 10.88. So back above that halt price of 10.21. I got long on this candle at $10.67 using this as my stop loss. Okay, and it's because of the strength that I saw coming out of that halt. And that's the lesson for this video. It's a little tricky. I do not recommend inexperienced and brand new traders trade circuit breaker halts, because they usually are a lot more volatile than a traditional move that a stock will make. It does carry a lot more risk You can see just by the sheer percentage of my stop loss from 1067 down to 977 percentage wise, a little bit higher than what I usually like to set, but the reward is there as well. So just a little trick that I like to use when trading those halts. Again, guys, a strong stock that gets halted on the way down, when it resumes trading, if those sell orders that execute off that halt do not push the stock lower, and you see it, like it said, from 1021 down to 977, a very small drop in price, and you can see how quickly it then shot back up. Real nice strong green candle back above that halt price. That's a little indication that the stock may continue higher, that there's still strength in that stock, because those sell orders would have pushed it lower if it was weak. I jumped in 1067. I ended up taking some profit at 1230 when the stock broke through the high of the day, but I was still holding on to most of my position, because at that point I thought we were going to get another short squeeze. I thought the stock was going to continue. It wasn't able to. It just kind of ended up trading sideways. Ended up getting flat for a smaller profit than what I did at that 1230. But that was a 15% gain. And again, identifying strength after a trade resumed from a halt. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow.